William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Mistress of Normandy, a refreshed version of The Lily and the Leopard, newly revised by the author. By Susan Wiggs. Performed by K.C. Sheridan. Prologue. Westminster, January 1414. He sat naked in a wooden tub. The King of England loomed at his back. He shivered, tensed, and awaited a sluice of cold water from Henry V's own hand. The wind whistled, harmonizing with the voices in the shadows of the stone chamber. "Always thought he'd earn his spurs on the battlefield," remarked Thomas, Duke of Clarence. "Enguerrand Fitzmarc is the king's own avenger. He served us right well at Anjou." "It was a different dragon Rand slew for the House of Lancaster," said Richard Courtenay. The Bishop of Norwich leaned forward, the rushlight giving his face a ghostly aspect. "A far more deadly dragon," he added. "God in heaven, Tom, if not for Rand, you and your brother the king would be but carcasses carved up and served by the Lollards to the Thames." Listening, Rand felt pride in Courtenay's tribute. Then he felt shame in that pride. What had he done, after all, save overhear a plot of ill-guided religious fanatics? A peasant could have done as much. But it hadn't been a peasant. It had been Rand, gone a-harping at twilight, stumbling into intrigue, barely escaping with his hide intact to alert the king at Eltham. "Are you ready?" King Henry said with quiet solemnity, "to wash away your former life?" Rand paused before delivering the expected response. Unlike many aspirants who yearned for the glory of knighthood, he did not want to shed his former life. The quiet sunsets over Arundel Keep, the baying of the Alaunts on a hunt, the silvery tones of his harp across the heaths of Sussex, the warmth of Justine's hand in his. Jesu, could he wash her away? The men in the chamber fell silent. The king waited. "Aye, your grace," said Rand. Water blessed by the bishop and chilled by the January air drenched Rand from head to toe, crawling like rivers of ice over his naked flesh. He sat unflinching, although inside he clenched every nerve against the cold. Jack Cade, Rand's scuttifer, stepped forward. Awkwardly, Jack held a pair of barber's shears in his maimed hand. He flashed an irreverent grin as he bent to his task, the crude scissors biting into Rand's golden locks. "Enough baths like this," Jack muttered, taking up a razor, "and you'll be well able to hold to your vow of chastity." The razor nicked Rand's chin. Hearing King Henry clear his throat, Rand swallowed his laughter. "Hush, Jack, and mind that blade. The shearing's supposed to show my submission to God, not your clumsiness." Washed clean of his former life and shorn of his former identity, Rand was dressed in shirt, hose, and shoes, black, the color of death, that he might never forget his own mortality. Over this he wore a white tunic for purity, then a red cloak of surpassing richness to show his nobility and willingness to shed blood for God and his king. Jack secured a white belt around Rand's waist. "Another symbol of chastity," he whispered, disgusted. "Would you like me to loosen it, Enguerrand sans tache?" Edward, the portly Duke of York, sniffed. "Mind your manners, valet."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?